Alright, who's doing the intro?
Huh. Hey,
I'd
welcome
assume.
to Ordos Inquisitus, a Wrath and Glory game that I guess is being played now.
Specifically, it's being recorded now.
Yeah, a little bit has happened already.
This is session 2.
Yes, because no game that's been
Technically.
recorded and uploaded to the internet can have a functional list of all of its sessions.
Um,
But yes, what's happened so far, I'll go over the recap.
Yeah.
So, Lord Inquisitor Barinov of the Ordos Inquisitus, which is an Ordos Minoris that specializes in training Inquisitors for the 3 orders that actually matter. He sent out a call for the strange and the outcast to be brought to him, to be formed into small teams, so that interrogators can be tested on their ability to adapt to strange team compositions. This particular team consists of Bit, a fully sentient skitarii, where, at least in this version of the Imperium, skitarii are typically semi-sentient, from Stygies VIII, Brother Jeremiah, a White Scars space marine who was essentially kicked out for being too obnoxious when the call went out.
They didn't even tell him to get onto the dropship. They just gave him the paper and told him to get out by pointing to the ship.
Yep, yeah, just handed the paper, pointed to the Thunderhawk that was to bring him to the Inquisition, and that was that. And finally, Naros. Naros is a very big boy. About astartes size, in spite of being human. He's our psyker. He also hits things with a stick.
Entirely melee focused.
Yeah, melee psyker. Additionally, accompanying them for this mission is the interrogator that they are to be testing, which is a grizzled ex-guardsman named Gregory Sargent, who had a lot of stories for them that were all entirely unbelievable and almost all included the phrase, "So no shit, there we were." After meeting up with Greg, they got back on the Thunderhawk and took it to a void ship, like a relatively small void ship, belonging to the Adeptus Mechanicus, hovering in orbit of the newly founded Forge world of Centauri 1. The Centauri sector is space ancient Rome. That's all you need to know about the Centauri sector. There were some issues that the Mechanicus were having. The biologies, or however the fuck it's pronounced. Biologists, thank you. I always forget how to say it.
Yep.
The biologist reported specifically that one of his experiments had gone missing, and the local diplomagos didn't know what was going on. Bit remembered that orc psykers exist, and learned that the nearby planet had orcs on it, so they went to the planet to try and find the orc psykers that might be messing up the machinery in space.
Which brings us to this orc camp.
Yes. They dropped down, they helped the local PDF deal with some orcs that had just recently been uplifted. Until the previous night, the orcs here were feral. They didn't have guns. Now they have guns.
They
They're not good at
got their
using guns.
DACA.
They're not good at using the guns, but they have them. So that's typical orc, really. And then, after, dropping down and, in, a essentially a reusable drop pod is how I described it. They help out these PDF, and then afterwards, they head into the city they landed just on the edge of to requisition some equipment. Namely, a bolt pistol, a las pistol, and some extra shotgun shells, because Jeremy used a reload.
A power sword with no battery.
Oh, yes, a power sword, which Bit got 3 successes on when he needed at least 5, so he didn't have... Well, no, there were batteries. They were just not working.
Yes.
And you can't figure out why. They have followed the local Centurion, which is essentially a commissar. The Centurion informed them of an orc camp that he had located, and that if there is a weird boy on the planet, it would be there. And that's the scene we're at now.
All right. I'm
The
seeing.
orcs appear to have set up a proper goddamn palisade. Like, this is like proper medieval defense.
Should
They even have a
I-
gate.
What's that gate made of?
The gate appears to be made of scrap metal.
Also, would bullets blessed by the machine spirit be able to squeeze through that gate?
Yeah, there's enough gaps that you could probably fire some bullets through the gate. There are 4 boys visible on the other side. Well, like, it's not even like a tall gate, it's like a waist-high gate. It's just like an inconvenience.
Alright, so I
There are
believe-
4 shooter boys standing behind it.
I believe I might be able to take out at least one of the orcs with preliminary shot. Actually, if I were to expend most of the ammunition that I brought with me, I could probably take them all out in a volley.
I could probably take him out.
Here. Well,
I'd also like to draw your guys' attention to the fact that there's still a lot of fog of war on this map. You don't know everything that's around this place.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to be quieter. Brother Jeremiah, I do believe that your shotgun would cause a lot of noise, which isn't what we need right now.
Sarge just nods. He's been letting you guys handle the talking. He's just here for fire support, really.
So,
He is a combat inquisitor. He is not a social inquisitor.
so yeah, he's just gonna move up to here then,
Okay.
and
Good with
start
Sarge.
making start taking shots.
Before you start taking your shots,
Yeah.
this is now visible to you from your current angle. There isn't a weird boy here,
Shit.
but there does appear to be an orc with a rather large claw replacing one of his arms, who is fiddling with scrap metal. The shed behind him is filled with scrap metal and gunpowder.
One good shot on that shit.
I don't think
could
I can
blow them
shoot
to
the
high
shed from here
hell.
though. I'd have to shoot through all those orcs, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'm gonna continue the initial
you can also see
plan.
there's like a break in the palisade behind the shack. There's enough holes for you to see that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take out those shooter boys as earlier planned.
Okay.
I
The
can't
The
really
rest
shoot
of us.
at anything else without shooting through them.
That is correct, which would reduce your dice pool.
Yeah, so the usual 11 for
Okay.
my rapid fire.
Oh yes, that's right. You have your rapid fire. I assume you're going to be spending ammo to reloads to salvo this.
I'd just like to
Well, we're just gonna let
move
the
up
first...
forward a little bit
Yeah.
before
Okay.
combat starts.
Oh, whoop, wrong tool. Sarge is going to move up as well. It's up to you if you want Jeremy to move up or not.
I can't really flank and go around back without spending a decent amount of glory, so...
Well, I mean, you could just... I mean, you all have comm beads. Like, you can communicate across distances like
Hmm.
this. You could, like, tell them to wait and then walk around the back. Since
Oh.
combat hasn't started yet.
Yeah, since we can ignore that shot that I made, and you can
Well,
say...
no, we can just say the shot hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. So,
Ah.
yeah, if you want to go for the flank, go for the flank, dude. Honestly, I think you should go for the flank.
So it's safe enough just to drag Jeremiah back here?
Where are you trying to put him?
Like...
If you click and
Near
hold, you
the
get like a
wood?
ping.
Ah,
Yeah, you've got a clear path to there. I'll reveal the area real quick.
okay.
Probably gonna
Honestly,
wanna...
the only reason I even used Fog of War on this map was so that I could do the Mech Boy reveal.
Oh, it was
Ah.
it was quite the reveal. An issue. Cause like I
technology.
I expected like other orcs to be here. Of course, I didn't expect to just be 4 shooter boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's no signs of a weird boy here.
Yeah, that's odd. Okay, so my initial theory that it was being caused by psychic interference is wrong.
Is Jeremy where you want him to be?
How far ahead would I be able to go without being noticed?
Without being noticed, that depends. Make me a stealth roll.
Okay.
I believe you have a bonus from being a scout, don't you?
Maybe. I have a stealth of 7.
Okay, so roll your 7 dice for your stealth. And I'll let you know how far you can get.
Some of this sounds like a potential copy strike.
Yeah, it's fine. We're monetized anyways. Probably not going to get monetized.
Oh god,
Oh,
okay.
for fuck's sake, are you serious?
First proper complication!
For anyone who doesn't know how the system works, at the end of each roll is something called the Wrath die. 1 gives you complications, 6 gives you big boy rewards.
And 4 or 5 is a success, just like on a normal die.
It was
Yeah,
almost a perfect success.
it was so
It
close
was.
to being perfect.
So like you start approaching. You walk over this. Then you stumble slightly and smack into the back of the shed.
Oh. I was planning on, like, being a bit farther back to shoot with my bolt pistol.
Oh, sorry, you didn't make it clear how close you wanted to get. I can change the
Ah. It's 2 meters per tile, right?
Yep.
Correct, because that's the recommended scale.
So,
So when it says movement 6, that means move 3 tiles?
Yep.
Yes, and I'm rounding
Or
movement up,
2
so Orcs
diagonal.
can move 3 and Jeremy can move 4.
maybe around, like, behind this bush around... How do I ping?
Oh, these are not bushes, these are trees.
Oh,
Here?
yeah, around there.
Okay. So like as you're passing by this tree, you actually like bump it with your arm, and it like starts to almost topple over because you're a fucking astartes. And like you hear like shrill voices. Like I don't know if I'll be able to do a Gretchen. Oi, boss! There's something out there. The Gretchens are moving to investigate, but the orcs don't seem to care.
I guess, like, once those Gretchen move, that's when
The first sniper shot fires.
Yeah, that's when, like, the official attack on this camp begins, and
Okay.
the first servo shot is fired.
Okay, you definitely hit. You have 2 dice that can be moved over.
I guess I'll move 1 over, take 1 glory.
Oh yes, glory is a very important mechanic in this game.
Hmm.
So rolling a 6 is worth 2 successes. Any spare 6s that you have, as in 6s that would put you, like, above the successes you need even without them. Like, say you need 3 successes, and you roll 3 4s and a 6, you get to keep that 6, and either turn it into an extra die for your damage, or turn it into a point of glory, which anyone can spend for a variety of bonuses.
For an example, for Brother Jeremiah, he needs to spend glory to not attack in a turn.
There's
Yes!
my extra damage.
Okay. So what's your base damage again?
My base damage is 10.
And since you shifted a die, you get your AP.
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah, that's how much?
It's a dead shooter boy is what it is.
Oh, alright. And then I spend one of my reloads so I can make 2 more shots.
Oh god, it has salvo too.
Galvanic rifles, man.
Yeah, no, they are known to be very good.
Oh. Woo!
Ooh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a critical shot, so just, keep rotating them the wrong angle. Oh, I just moved the gate. The gate is slightly off kilter now.
And then that's my special effect. And then the third shot.
It's the power of your stand. Gun!
Oh, I see.
I am
Oh.
an elite skitarii sniper.
Well, I know. Well, at least one of those needs to become a glory. So
Yeah,
the glory's at 6 now.
I'm an elite skitarii sniper.
Evidently, you are definitely the team's designated marksman. That's for sure.
And then I still get.
As
And
we've
then
seen, I'm the designated melee.
I can still
Yeah.
go
You
for
just get
another
the
reload and
sniper
keep
music?
shooting.
You could keep shooting. What are you saying, Dex?
Can we just get the sniper music?
No, because we'll
do you know what that
definitely do
music is
something.
called?
It's just the TF2 main theme is the thing. I think.
Thank you.
Uh,
Let me just grab it real quick.
I think I will reload again and make a shot on that last shooter boy.
Okay. And then you'll have one shot left.
Oh,
You roll another
yeah.
goddamn crit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah.
You know, you said you were blessed by the Omnisaya? I should have believed you.
And you
I
know what the
didn't-
beautiful thing is? Guess who still gets another shot?
Are you gonna fire at a fucking Gretchen?
That's 14 squares. That's 24 of my... And that's still within half, too.
Yeah, because Galvanic rifles are essentially sniper rifles.
So I can fire at the mech boy and still be within enough range to get rapid fire.
Yep.
Come on!
God!
Jesus.
We should probably skip this before copyright takes it
Yeah.
down.
We've
Why did we vote to
we've done
skip?
our bit.
And it wasn't even the right music.
There we go.
It was the music you told me to get.
That's what I said. But there we go.
So, Isaac, are you going to be shifting one of those dice over, or are you converting all of those dice into damage dice?
I think I'll convert all of them into damage and AP. So that's 4 AP. That's 4
Oh
AP
my God.
and 4 extra damage dice.
Are you seriously going to one-shot my homebrewed mini-boss?
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen the damage I can do. It's entirely possible he would have been one shot anyway.
That's true.
So
God.
3 5s and a
Ah.
6 plus 10 base damage.
And then you gotta add an extra die from your crit.
Oh, I counted the crit die.
Uh,
Okay.
oh god.
So let's see. So
I
that's
feel outdone.
33. Yeah, no, even if I roll perfect soak. So, just in your opening volley, you have eradicated 4 shooter boys and a mech boy.
It seems the Omnisire is with my bullets today.
I may not believe in your god, but I think I agree.
Jesus.
So anyways, that would be the start of combat, right?
Yeah, I think its action for the first turn has been used up.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. I think I just killed half the encounter. Alright,
and then the
since it's
ones
not my
coming
turn, I'm
towards
gonna
me
go.
would
I'm gonna go get a
probably
drink
go
real quick.
right
You
back.
killed all of the shootable,
And the
and
mech.
you killed the mech boy. The mech boy was the mini boss for this encounter, but okay.
Yeah, I'll go get a drink. I'll be right back. Well,
Let me just set up the turn order here.
Are we supposed to be part of the turn order?
I opened up the turn order and already had all you guys in it from last time.
We see the orcs and just the orcs.
Ah, good. I forgot we're using Roll20.
It's about as consistent as the source engine.
Oh, I see.
No, this
That's
has
not-
much better hit reg. So yeah, Bit was the one who already acted first. So it would go to Orc. I'm gonna make it the boys. What's the rest of the party's internal turn order?
I think it went bit.
Well, no, I mean, like, you can change it every battle.
I
True,
think
true.
And you can also change it every
Jeremy.
round.
I think Jeremy should be the first of us to take a turn this time, given the current situation.
Then, yeah, so you have Jeremy, boys, or sorry, Bit, boys, which is the next turn is the boys. Then Jeremy, Gretchen's, Naros, big boy, Sarge.
Sarge is not allowed to help us. We
You have
apparently
Tau
just do the.
weaponry.
We apparently just do the entire encounters ourselves.
Yeah, honestly, Sarge was not expecting to be paired up with 3 people who were this competent in a fight.
Alright.
I mean, I didn't think we'd be this competent in a fight.
And you are one of you.
God, I didn't expect.
Well, I'll
to-
be real, I didn't expect a chain of 4 crits.
Yeah, nobody did. And I'm just gonna move these off to the side because I don't need these corpses.
That outplays my entire idea of shooting the shack with the bolt pistol.
I mean, no, you'd still be taking up 2 orcs, a boss knob, and 3 Gretchen.
Yeah, no, that would still be a really good shot.
Which would
Yeah,
leave us
that'd
with-
Still,
remove
it's
like
not as
the
great
other
as
half.
3 crits in a no, 4 crits in a row.
One-shotting the mini-boss. Through a means other than the intended means to one-shot the mini-boss.
What was the intended way?
The shed.
what you were doing. I just happened
You
to be a really good sniper.
Yeah, see, what
You
I
should
expected you guys to
explode it,
do
though.
was to, like, scout out the area and then, like, loop around the back. That's not quite what happened.
Not snipe the living shit out of everything.
I think these boys, these 4 boys in the front, are near enough to use their handguns.
You know what? Getting shot at feels like a deserved consequence now.
Yeah! Getting shot at by orcs with sluggers. The odds of actually hitting you are very slim. What's your armor? Or not your armor, sorry, your defense?
My defense is
Shit.
5.
Is what?
No, my defense is 2, sorry. My resilience is 5.
Oh, I didn't know you had such little defense.
I also have only 2 defense.
It's 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 1 miss.
And then I...
Time to roll 3d6 and see if any of these do enough damage to actually pierce your resilience. What's your resilience?
5.
God, I forget how low all of your non-sniping related stats are.
It's almost like there's one thing that Bit is built to do, and it's assess, like, 2 things. It's assess technology and fire guns.
How funny, I have neither of those.
So let me just calculate the combined damage here and see if there's a way that you can do this without getting knocked down.
I have good soak.
Right, but if you use your soak, you're just gonna end up converting damage into shock and going down anyway. Because the total damage from these sluggers is 45.
Alright.
And then you can subtract 8 3 times, and you're left with 21.
Alright.
Huh.
So I'm pretty sure Bit is down.
Yes.
Thankfully, player characters do not automatically die when they go down.
Alright.
So I'm not gonna put an X
Also,
on you.
How does this
I
work,
put
then?
quite.
I'm gonna
Great
do this
question.
one. Well, now we get to look up the Defiance check rules,
Oh no.
On an
which I think is in combat.
on a somewhat related note, I took a lot of
I used 2 reloads, didn't I?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, I've marked 2 of my reloads off then.
When a character begins their turn at 0 wounds, they are unconscious, must roll a Defiance roll. Free action. They keep rolling them until either they successfully pass 1 or accumulate 3 failures. You may now spend wrath to re-roll 1.
I'm guessing at
But
3
you
failures
can
I
spend
die
wrath
when I
to get 1
succeed.
back. Where is the actual... Oh, it's just 1d6.
Yeah, it's just 1d6. I'm guessing if I miss all 3, then I die. If I get 1, then I get to come back up.
Yep, and it's 1 per turn.
Yeah.
Also, well, you don't get back up. You just become stabilized.
So it's like death saves in D&D.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
But a kinder version?
Since we can use Wrath to have them back.
Yeah, you can use Wrath to increase the amount by 1. Or, like, your value by 1. First party member to go down was also by far the most successful member of the party.
Honestly, I think it's reasonable that Bit is the one who goes down, so that by the start of next round, this bullshit doesn't go off again.
Granted, I did throw, like, weak starter enemies at
Hmm.
you. Like, this was not meant to be a super deadly encounter. It's just that
Well,
combat in this game is inherently deadly.
I mean, it's 40k.
I'd
I
still
like to
recommend
shoot the
shooting the
shed with
shed.
my bolt pistol to
Okay, roll
cause an
ballistic skill to
explosion.
get a good shot on it.
Okay. I keep forgetting how to get to my character sheet on roll 20.
If you just double click on your name at the top of the character.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a grand total of 8 successes? No, sorry, 6 successes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's enough.
Here, I think I need to
So you fire a bolt round perfectly through one of those gaps in the terrible, shitty shed. And let me just grab my freehand brush tool here. Switch to orange. There we go.
Huh.
That whole area goes up in flames.
All right. It appears I'm experiencing a Discord issue. Nice. This isn't good. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Into the thing.
He's the one who's
Haha.
recording.
Yeah, don't worry. I just said there were technical difficulties, that I had a Discord issue. Sorry.
Okay. So, what you missed was Jeremy firing a bolt pistol into the shed and causing it to go up in flames.
Mm.
And now I need to think of a new plan of action, because I was hoping to enter through that back.
Then why did you shoot the shed?
I didn't
Because
expect it
it
to
was-
go up in flames.
The shed was full
was
of
the
gunpowder!
The
Fair
entire
point.
point of shooting the shed was so it would go up in flames.
Well, I have a lot of glory. It's fine.
Glory
so
can't be
don't
used
try
for,
to-
for your death saves.
No, what I mean by I have a lot of glory is Jeremy can not attack for a couple turns.
Oh, like doing dashes in order to get around faster?
Remember, he needs to spend them to not attack.
Oh, yes. That's
How
right.
far can I go with my 7 speed?
4
That would be
tiles.
4 tiles.
Okay, can I go diagonally?
Yes.
Yes, I'll allow it. Even though circles exist, we'll say that circles don't exist, so you can go diagonally.
2
Because in a
squares.
world where circles exist, diagonally would cost 1.5 tiles. That's a
Four.
reference who ends up watching this ever is going to get.
Okay, so I need to move into that space. Where was that space? I needed to move my turn order to actually be able to do things there.
Oh, very sorry.
Uh,
There is also... Can't you dash? Is that a thing?
It exists. I don't remember how to do it.
yeah, he can dash because he has the assault trait, which requires that he dashes.
Oh, yes,
Oh.
that's right. Standard movement, running. Okay, so what running does is it lets you move twice.
Oh.
Sprinting lets you double your speed attribute in meters in a straight line. Character may end this movement at any time along the path. Suffers -2 defense till end of turn. But you can't run and sprint in the same turn. So if you run or sprint, either or, you can move twice your normal movement.
So,
I would run because he can't move in diagonals while sprinting, right?
Sprinting is in a straight line.
Yeah.
It's as long as he doesn't turn that he can sprint.
Oh.
But functionally, they are the same for this purpose.
got it.
Like in terms of movement distance. I think sprinting is just for if you have to like get yourself into position really fast.
Mm.
Rather than if you need to go around enemies.
There we go. I'll spend the run to get here.
Also, I'm going to check how exactly your detriment works.
Detriment?
Being,
Oh, the not
detriment for
attacking?
being a White Scar. Because I don't know if it requires you to only spend if you have enemies in your sights.
Well, yeah, because we don't need to spend 1 glory every time that we're just like sitting on a spaceship.
Well, yes, but I still need to double check how this works because it's this game.
Mm.
Fair enough.
Oh wait, are the rules for that in the race section instead of the archetype section?
Maybe.
I don't like this book's formatting. I had to bring it up at least once for the cameras.
This is like the 20th time this session that this has been brought up. It's not the best, like, written. Not best. No, it's written fine. It's formatted weirdly.
Oh, no, okay, it's only hold action you need to spend a glory point for. Holding action is when you prepare an action to happen if a circumstance occurs. Stuff like, if someone comes through the door, shoot them. If you wanted to use that kind of action, you have to spend a glory. Anyway, is that the end of your turn?
I'd assume so, because I can't really do much else.
Gretchen's.
Also, the reason his thing is a race thing, not an archetype thing, is because it's not a White Scar detriment, it's an Astartes detriment. I'm pretty sure all because isn't his
it's under White Scars.
Oh, I thought his White Scars thing was just the good at piloting vehicles. You know, that thing
okay.
the White Scars
Every one of these gets a bonus and then a tradition, which is a detriment.
What do Smurf Marines get?
Ultramarines are held to a very high standard. Work doubly hard. Ultramarine, Space Marine, beginning section with... Oh! Okay, they start... Ultramarines just start with 1 less wrath.
Oh.
Their bonus is... Oh, their bonus is they can generate twice as much glory. With 1 action.
Fucking Ultra Smurfs, man.
Very polarizing!
Goddamn Ultra Smurfs. Anyways, it's the Gretchen.
The Gretchens don't fucking know what's going on.
Everything is on fire. Everybody is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Like, the Gretchens were just working for the fucking mech boy, and now half of them are dead and everything's on fire.
There's a fucking space marine.
They don't even know that yet.
They also don't know what a space marine is. These were feral orcs.
Oh.
And they're gonna go back to being feral orcs now that their mech boy's dead.
You know what? Actually, there's one really sad thing about the mech boy dying is we didn't get any quality orc voices.
Oh god, no. I would have done them by now if I physically could.
So should I attempt to make Bit not die, or should I go and attack things?
Bloody crumped these gits.
No, they got crumped real fucking hard.
I suppose I will attack things then.
I'm gonna crump some.
Oh yeah,
more.
because Isaac didn't give you an opinion on the action.
Yeah, no, just go for the swing.
If you could even move
I
far
cannot
enough.
do so yet, and thus,
Psychic
Psychic.
powers.
hell yeah.
Oh
First
yeah.
psychic roll.
Oh yeah, Naros is a
Now,
psyker. You know, the picture of Alice
Now,
Louise
I'm not-
Armstrong kinda makes it hard to remember that you're a psyker.
But Alice Louise Armstrong is a fucking is an alchemist.
But you just see the big buff. Also, his alchemy style is just punching things
I
Well, you
mean,
can also make
same.
giant spikes out of the floor.
by punching it.
Yes, but that's still an alchemy ability.
So, this would be my psychic mastery, right?
Yep. What
If
power
I'm
are you
okay.
manifesting?
I'm going to smite, since my other options aren't really that good.
Oh, that's true.
Which
Your other
one?
options are utility rather than damage.
Or it's damage but really short range.
Yeah,
They are not within range.
because you are a melee psyker.
Yes. It does heal me, though. So I guess this one? Unless I can smite them all.
Let me check how smite works in this system.
Cause I know smite in base 40k targets a whole unit.
Oh yeah, no, it's mortal wounds. Since those boys are all one mob, if one of them were taken out by the smite, the rest of the wounds would carry over.
Ah, neat. Well,
Oh boy.
I see.
No complication, but you didn't hit.
Which is nice. Ah,
We don't get to roll perils of the warp.
I mean, I'm not going to be upset about that.
Did he hit? So you said, did he?
No, he did not hit.
We could glory that. How much do we have?
Like, 5?
Yeah, you could glory that if you wanted to. You
What
have
best
6
method
glory
for
right
glory
now,
for this
actually.
again?
Yeah, we have 6.
Oh,
Do you want to
Uh,
glory that?
Spending a glory would add 1 extra die to the pool, and you can do that as many times as the party lets you.
Oh, I'm thinking of Wrath. That's just the straight reroll. How much Wrath?
Yeah, you can spend one of your 2 wrath to re-roll all your failed dice.
Do
Oh.
we get all of our Wrath back on each session?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I would
They are good
love
break
to
points, but
spend
they also
one.
restart each session.
Cool.
I would love to spend 1 wrath,
Okay.
given that they restart each session.
Yeah.
So you'd roll
So-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 dice and the wrath die.
Jesus.
Well, wait, modifier 2, what?
Oh, just press the
Oh.
1d6 button.
Wait a
5
minute,
times
this
for normal
bit.
dice and once for the wrath die. Okay.
How many times do I roll d6?
That's all your normal dice, and then roll the wrath die. Aw, it's not a 1.
Or a 6.
You
I
did,
am not upset
however,
with it.
you had enough successes to manifest the power in the first place. Let me
Good.
see if there's rules for exactly how shifting dice works with Smite. Lethal bolts of raw psychic energy will blast their enemies into ash. Psychic targets 1 enemy with psychic ranged attack. Duration instant, range 35, multi-target, yes. Okay, so
To
yeah,
enhance the power's effects, see the potency addendum attached to the description of each psychic power.
it says potency 3 plus 1 mortal wound.
Well, I don't think I got 3.
Then I guess you just generated another point of glory.
Works for me.
You do inflict, I believe it was 1d3 mortal wounds.
Let's roll that then.
And let me see if I can check how mortal wounds work. Would that be in the combat section?
Most likely,
They're
I would
I
assume that
hope
that the
so.
way mortal wounds works, they'd go through. What am I thinking? They'd just go through
Armor?
straight through resilience.
I'm trying to find it. Mortal wounds.
I love how in the combat section, like, just the word hero is its own thing.
Well, you dealt 1 whole damage to 1 boy.
Well, that's better than nothing, I guess.
That it is! And now, since the boys have already done their turn, Sarge.
Please.
Oh,
Sarge is
did
gonna
no
shuffle
boy-
over.
Did no boys die?
Oh, they only took 1 damage.
Oh,
They each have 4 wounds in this system.
Jesus. Those are some strong boys.
Oh, one of them doesn't anymore.
Well, yeah, but you also need to remember how strong guns are in this system.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I were hitting it
Sarge is gonna
normally,
walk over here and try to make Bit not die.
Huh.
seems pretty good at that, I'll be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, it's successful Medikai check, and he generated a point of glory for you guys.
Sweet.
Very kind.
Oh, wait, actually, instead of generating a point of glory, he's going to shift the extra die to bring Bit back to his feet with 1 wound.
Oh, yeah. It's sniper time.
I am
Immediately get shot.
applying a -2 to your dice pool for the rest of the battle, though, because you kinda nearly died.
It's fine. That
Yeah,
just
Greg
means I
gets-
get to roll my normal ballistic skill.
Yeah, Gregory gets you back on your feet. So, do you believe any of my stories now?
You know what? You know what? Maybe.
Alright, I'll step out of your path. Speaking of, it's now Bit's turn.
It's gonna move up slightly. And he's gonna start shooting.
Alright,
That brings us to.
I might as well just reveal the rest of the orc camp at this point.
Yep.
Oh, that was the hide area tool.
Seemed to be the opposite effect. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, I used the wrong tool.
Guess who crit?
Fuck!
Only one to hit, only one success. Guess who crit again?
Well, no, the thing is, you gotta remember that the rat die still applies successes.
Oh.
So
Guess
that's
who?
exactly 3 successes!
Guess who crit again?
I'm not mean enough to have you specifically hit the one that's already wounded.
Haven't you gotten a crit every single time this episode?
No, there are 2 times he has fired his rifle and not crit.
Yes,
Only
those
one
two
of
times.
which was on camera.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think all of my misses happened before we started recording.
You didn't even miss, you just didn't crit when you fired during the
Woo!
big mess.
I mean, in comparison, that certainly
So-
seems like a miss.
That's true.
That's 10 plus a lot. 10 plus 2 dice extra damage.
Enough to guaranteed kill an orc boy is what that is.
Oh. I still have 1 more reload, so I can go for 2 more shots.
You could.
And
Do
I
you
will.
want to?
Good God.
Oh boy, it's time to start rolling resolve checks.
Is that not a crit?
No crit.
isn't.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so you're gonna have to roll damage on that, but you have 2 dice you can shift.
Yes. So that's 10 plus 3
For
dice.
glory.
Isn't it?
No, I think you have enough glory.
Doesn't he have another salvo left?
Yeah, he still has a shot left.
I swear to God, if this crits.
Oh my god, oh god, yeah, that's enough. These orcs have a resilience of 8 and a wounds of 4.
And then the final shot.
Yeah, I think the Xenorites might be onto something. You might actually be blessed by the Omnissiah.
Speaking of which, no 6s, so no extra damage.
But you still get to roll your 1 extra damage die.
Yeah,
Jesus.
12.
Okay. So that is enough to kill this one. The
Oh,
one that was already wounded.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Fine.
boy, it's time to double check the resolve rules.
Oh, 'cause they'd have to roll morale now.
Yep.
Jesus.
The
So
memorable injury table.
for distance, do we round up?
Yes.
Okay.
At least
'Cause
that's what we're
my,
doing for
life-
movement, so that's what I'd assume we'd be doing.
Because life drain has a range of 5.
Fine.
Hey
Um,
Isaac.
Yeah.
Roll me a d6 real quick.
Alright. 2.
Okay. So you now have a battle scar somewhere on your body, probably like a dent in your plating from the fucking shot that took you out.
Mm.
Because I figured that's worthy of a memorable injury.
Yeah.
It gives you a +1 on intimidation.
I'd like to imagine that Bit's always gonna exaggerate which orc exactly shot him. Even though he totally just shot the Big Mac in the head, he's always going to say that it was the Big Mac that hit him.
No, that wasn't a Big Mac, that was a
Sorry.
mech boy.
Yeah, he's always gonna say that it was the Mac boy that shot him and not the friggin' boys.
And
What
as far as
part of this
Jeremy
horribly
knows, he
formatted
killed the
mess
mech.
is the resolve rules?
Okay, so
Resolve!
what's the counter at? Like 15 now?
They make a resolve check. Roughly, yes. I haven't been actually keeping count.
Yeah.
Neither have I. But it was about 12 last
Because,
time.
like, once the boys are gone, there's no fucking way the Gretchens are gonna keep fighting. Oh, yeah, no, they just fucked up their resolve check. It's probably safe to assume you guys would pick them off as they attempt to flee.
Yeah.
Probably.
Some of us better than others.
Hi.
Congratulations, you've successfully cleared an entire small orc camp.
Christ.
Well, that was fun.
Anyways, we're here looking
I think we
for.
managed to clear it without even opening the gate.
Oh yeah, we just shot through the
Because
gaps in
the gate was only waist high, so
Yeah, we just shot a. I
I'll
guess
just get rid of the
Bit
gate
just.
for you.
Yeah. So we're here to sweep
I'm
this place
glad
for
to
that
have helped.
prisoner, right? For the prisoner that the biologist was looking for.
Oh yes, biologist. Thank you, Brain. He did say that there was like
Yeah.
someone missing. It's like looking in these these metal sheds and these tents and this pile of wood. Because of course you would check the pile of wood. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
You find wood and scrap metal and some orc weaponry and a lot of teeth.
What about in the
Nice.
ashes once this fire dies down?
Well, you find the only part of the mech boy that has survived is his big claw arm. All of the scrap that was in the shed has melted together into like a big amalgamation of worthless metal.
Can we keep
Oh, so
the
like
claw
a
arm?
usual orc item.
Well, the claw arm is very heavy. It would be very cumbersome to keep it, but I won't stop you.
Oh.
I would love to keep it.
Okay, so yeah, Naros walks over to the like scorched claw arm and just fucking hefts it.
Does anything about any of the metal we see around look like stuff taken from the Mechanicus or a Mechanicus ship?
Some of it does.
Okay.
Specifically in the metal shacks at the front of the camp,
Yep.
there are what appear to be like broken parts from like skitarii weaponry, implying that there were at one point skitarii on this planet, likely as an initial vanguard.
All right. Sadly, this doesn't resolve the mystery of where that prisoner went.
It does not. In fact, there are no signs that any humans were ever brought here.
Shit. So it wasn't. So it wasn't the orcs that even did anything.
I like to imagine you still have like gaping wounds on you.
Guys.
Well, he doesn't bleed.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
bleed.
no, he's not bleeding, but he still has massive wounds.
Naros,
Hello?
I just thought of something.
And what might that be?
You know how the orcs didn't take the prisoner? The prisoner's gone, right?
I'm going to say yes.
Now, if he's not here in the orc camp, the place that would have taken him, and he's not where he was supposed to be, where do you think he could be?
Okay, so he's in another separate orc camp.
That, or he might be hiding on the ship.
That is also possible.
Yeah. We should head back to town, radio this in.
Also, you're
Sargeshi walks over and pulls a full-on Tempestus Voxcaster out of his backpack.
Oh,
You said you need to radio something in?
yeah, we think we might have news on the Biologus' escaped experiment.
Got it. He holds down the button to transmit and speaks into it. The Biocogtons experiment that got out. We think we know where it is. Someone radio up to the ship so they know. Alright, men. Time to march back.
Yes.
I assume Naros would still be taking point.
Definitely
with
not
the claw.
bid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep that skull symbol on bit for the rest of the session because all planned combat for this session is already done.
Alright. So then we'd march back.
Yeah. This actually isn't a half bad story. It's got a good ending at least.
This part of the story has a good ending, Sarge. I'm not sure
Yeah.
where we go from here.
Yeah, you make a solid point, Bit.
Again, there's the potential of a loose convict on the Mechanicus ship.
Not sure how much damage a non-tech inclined convict could do.
I mean, he was being used as a bioengineered soldier by the Biologus, though.
Would he have any way of screwing with
Might
the
be-
machine?
might- I'm pretty sure what these orcs call crumping the machine would damage it greatly.
So just real quick before you return to the ship, which I don't have a map for because there's not planned to be a fight there.
Yeah.
Just as you reapproach the defensive line, you see they've moved the turret over a bit to block up one of the holes, and they're being a bit better about their defense now.
Mm.
The Centurion waves for the Principes to let you through.
Oh yeah.
And then you all get back onto your reusable drop pod. And you return to the Mechanicus vessel, which again I don't have a map or a picture for. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. It's fine.
I didn't know we'd be recording this until it was happening, so
It's alright.
I'll be more prepared next week. But
Oh yeah. Whatever we'd called this, I don't remember already. It was
Ordos Inquisitus.
yeah. Ordos Inquisitus is recorded on Fridays and most likely uploaded Saturdays because videos over an hour long take time to upload.
Correct.
Especially since we record this later in the night on Friday.
Starting at roughly 7, yeah.
Yeah.
And then typically going to around 10 to 10:30 because that's just what works for us.
Hmm.
So you get on your little drop pod, you fly back up to the ship.
Yeah.
Naros is reminded to put his blindfold on because he said he never wanted to see servitors ever again.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I forgot to mention is that Naros told the Diplomagos that he didn't want to see a servitor ever again, so they just handed him a blindfold.
Oh man. That blindfold is gonna become the Lionheart rug, dude.
Let's
what?
not explain that to our audience ever.
Yes.
Or each other, apparently.
Well, no, we'll explain it to you once the recording ends.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, back to the scene.
Yes. So like you go up and the bio-cogton, as Sarge called him, is waiting for you in the docking bay.
Hello, Magic.
He replies with a hello in binary.
All right.
Bitten buddies. That's also not a bad option, actually. We might have to retcon the name into Bitten Buddies. Because at least for this first arc, Bit's our main character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who does most of the talking.
Yeah, he ended up becoming the
Recording.
party's face. I'm not sure if it's just because Isaac's the most social role player we have.
It might be both. Having more technical errors? My god. Grave apologies that we have so many technical difficulties in the first episode. That is not good, and hopefully not indicative of how future episodes will turn out. I guess it's just me carrying
God
on.
dang it, Mommy!
Yeah.
Fix your goddamn router.
Yeah, sorry.
He's the only one who speaks binary.
Sorry.
Fuck, my headphone cords are retracting.
Again, hopefully this isn't
Oh, no.
indicative of technical difficulties for the rest of this series.
It's going to be, and we both know it.
Yeah, anyways. What did I miss?
The Magos is asking you what you found.
Well, we went to an orc camp and we didn't find any orc psyker or any evidence that any prisoners had been brought there, especially any technologically enhanced one.
Regrettable.
So, at least my working theory is that there's either more orc camps yet to be investigated, but I don't believe that, since that most of the orcs are feral except for the mech boy that we destroyed. That, or the prisoner is still on the ship yet hiding.
He taps his chin with a mechadendrite. Then he nods. Have you spoken to the Tech Inquisitor?
I have not.
He knows the ship better than any of us. He was there when it was constructed.
I will have to see that we meet him then. Thank you, Magus.
The Biomagos nods, and he adds a little marker to your map for the Tech Inquisitor's quarters. And then he returns to his own quarters to keep doing whatever it is that the Biomagi do.
Techno heresy with this one due to his vat of tyrannid acid.
Also creating Space Marines sometimes.
This was brought up in our starting summary of what happened so far.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, no, I actually forgot that I gave him a thing of bioacid. Because that was just a minor detail.
I sure didn't. Excuse
Oh
me.
yeah, well yeah, because
Tyrannid acid is not a minor detail. That means there are Tyrannids that either were or are in the vicinity of this ship, which is not at all a small detail.
Well, I mean, this ship started on Mars, and we're towards the edge of the Milky Way here. They met the Tyranids along the way.
Alright.
They literally stopped at the Tyranid place because the Biomagos wanted the acid.
That's a fucking thing.
Imagine doing a field trip, the kid in the back. Can we stop?
Can we stop? I want to
asking to
collect
stop
Tyranid digestive fluids.
He's like a kid in the candy shop, except all the candy shop is techno heresy.
yeah, well, I mean, they left Mars for a reason. Regardless, making your way up towards the the Tech Inquisitor's quarters,
Hmm.
you find that the hallways are much more cluttered on the path to his quarters. Cluttered with all manner of scraps of pieces of technology from various planets that they visited along the way.
Yeah.
Written on the door, in binary, of course, is "Please knock."
Clang, clang.
Yeah, you knock exactly twice with a very strange rhythm. And a moment later, the Magus opens up the door. Or rather, he opens up a little slit in the door, and a little mechadendrite eye comes through it to look at all of you. Before retracting, and then the door opens. To what is less a Majos' quarters in appearance than a small scrapyard with a bed in it.
Greetings, Tech Inquisitor.
Greetings.
We need someone with large amounts of knowledge on the ship.
Initiate giddy excitement. What is it that you need to know?
Well, we believe that the biologist's experiment has escaped and is
By the way,
hiding.
the moment he says initiate giddy excitement, all of the servo skulls in the room start bobbing up and down slightly faster.
Oh, that's so. Oh, that's wholesome. If that would be super wholesome if I hadn't played Mechanicus or seen a tech priest ever and knew how absolutely horrifying they look.
Yes! It's the 41st millennium. Everything is horrifying.
Yeah, you see, that would be incredibly wholesome and adorable if he wasn't like a horrifying abomination to see.
It'd be pretty wholesome if they weren't literally human skulls.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, what was it that you asked him for?
I asked
Oh,
him.
you brought up the experiment.
Yeah.
Oh. I was informed. Unfortunately, the life sign readings amongst the ship have not changed recently.
Well, they wouldn't have changed as the prisoner never left the ship. He would have still been on it, right?
Allow me a moment to re-examine the data. He goes over to like a terminal in the corner. That's like everything in this room is a mess, but the terminal is immaculate.
Well, of course, it's holy machinery.
Yeah, but the rest of the machinery is a mess. It's only the terminal he properly maintains.
Priorities.
Look, man, it's not my job to question a Magus.
He just straight up plugs his brain into the computer.
Yeah.
I see now. It would appear that there are unusual readings in the lower cargo bays. It also appears that Tech Acolyte Oliver has been visiting that area more than he is regulated to.
Oliver, you being a fucking heretic?
Are you trying to, like, calm him with your calm bead?
What that was meant to be a sound similar to cocking a shotgun, as I believe Oliver's being a fucking heretic right now. Might have to go stop.
You cock your mechanical arm for dramatic effect.
Yeah. Alright, I guess it's time to go hunt Oliver down then.
Understood. If you find any heretical technology on his person, be sure it is relinquished to the proper authorities.
By proper authorities, do you mean the Inquisition or you, sir?
The proper authorities.
I will assume you're talking.
As a fellow Zenerite, you would know that that definitely means him.
Yeah, he just like in binary, it's just like, I assume that means you, sir, and and starts just walking out.
A servo skull in the very periphery of your vision that neither of the others would be paying attention to nods. You know the Zenerite signs.
Why is he being all subtle about it? I'm the only one who speaks binary.
Because he's very paranoid.
Don't understand. But yeah,
Locked his door with a fucking bulkhead.
Bit just ushers the other two. Now we're going to question Oliver. He may be a techno heretic. And you'll know.
Before you leave, the Tech Inquisitor says, Oliver is presently in the upper cargo bays. Please exercise caution if you intend to engage in combat. We do not want the ship damaged.
Jeremy, do you intend to engage in combat? What do you
I think we
think,
might
Nora?
need a little bit of investigation before we do such rash decisions.
Well, yeah, of course, we find out if we actually are going to fight someone before we choose to fight someone.
Yeah. Well, let's go to. I guess
But,
let's go talk to Oliver and go from there.
I like how it was the White Scar who brought up making rational decisions.
Instead of what I expected, which was just, alright, let's go kill some heretic.
Shoulda done that.
Me and the
It's too
boy.
late now.
Yeah, me and the boys
I
off
mean-
to kill some heretic.
I'm pretty sure I would have brought it up if you didn't.
So yeah, get up to the main cargo bay. The servitors are actually not active in here right now. They're off doing other things while Oliver checks on stock essentially.
Good
He looks
day,
over as you
Oliver.
enter. Oh, I was expecting to see you back so soon.
Oh, well, yes, we cleared out the orc camps.
Oh, did you find the psyker you were looking for?
No, there were no psychers.
Unusual.
My current theory is that the biologist's experiment is still on the ship, hiding somewhere.
Oh,
Would you
I mean, I
happen to
suppose
know-
that stands to reason.
Would you happen to know about any odd occurrences taking place in the lower cargo bay?
Aside from the odd missing servitor, which could just be a result of a faulty airlock that the Tech Inquisitor has not had the time to fix fully, I do not believe so.
Odd, because not only could that servitor not be dead, it must still be alive due to the life form readings not changing, and it appears that you've been there a lot more often than you're supposed to be.
Well, it's not exactly safe to keep a malfunctioning airlock and not maintain it every day.
As I said, I don't believe that the malfunctioning airlock could explain the servitor's disappearance should it exist at all, for the life form count has not changed.
Well, I mean, for all I know, they've been replenishing the stock of servitors using my countrymen. He sounds quite annoyed.
Ooh, I'm picking up on some fucking heresy right here.
I mean, this guy is from Century 1, and was born there before it was decided it would become a Forge world. Why are you asking so many questions anyway?
I
I
merely
figured the
gathering.
Magi would have what you needed.
I had already seen the Magi. I am merely gathering knowledge.
Alright, I must apologize for my hostile tone then.
It is fine.
If nothing else, I should be able to give you access to the lower cargo bays.
That would be nice. We would like to search them.
It's he pushes some buttons on his data slate. Your data slate, when you bring up your map again, the lower cargo bays are no longer listed as restricted areas.
Sweet. Guess it's time to go and check.
I'm going to admit, I don't trust that he's not going to screw with something and jettison us into space.
Do you want to knock him out?
I'm willing to.
You're having this conversation right in front of Oliver.
Yeah, no, since this is out of character talk, whether or not you knock him out is I guess I can't really offer any advice here because this is a purely Naros thing. If
Yeah.
Naros thought that like once we got into the cargo bay, Oliver would shoot us out the airlock, what would he do?
Okay, so we think he's a heretic,
Yeah.
and we know he's got the opportunity to. Worst case scenario, I don't intend on killing him.
Yeah, just hitting him on the head really hard.
Probably not bringing the force rod, I'll be honest. But yeah, let's try. Let's try smacking him with
Okay.
the intent on knocking him out. The question:
Hmm.
what would I roll for this?
That would be a weapon skill if it's a melee attack of any kind.
It'd be a what?
Weapon skill, because it's a melee attack of some kind.
Sweet. Did I hit?
Worst case scenario, all of us have guns, and I don't think Oliver does.
I mean, he probably has some kind of weapon on his person, but you don't see any.
But we have more guns.
That's true.
And an Astartes.
I have done the roll.
With a shotgun.
Yeah, no, that's more than enough to succeed.
Boom.
So for a fist, it would just be strength plus extra damage, and you can shift that 6 over for another extra damage die as well.
But I don't want to kill him.
Well, no, like you've declared that you don't have murderous intent, so your attack will not kill.
Okay, then yeah, we'll shift it over.
Okay, roll your 2 bonus dice, see how much damage you get.
So we're inverting this man's kneecaps.
Pretty much, yeah.
5 and a 1. That's 6. So, like, Naros, you attempt to clock Oliver on the back of the head, and your hand comes in contact with metal because you are attempting to clock out a tech priest.
Yes.
I'll be real with you, man. Only 2 damage got through.
That's still a decent amount.
That is true, but like he's not knocked out.
That's upsetting. We
So,
can
like,
always try again.
You
See,
clock him,
Hmm.
and then he turns around, and he just kind of looks at you for a moment. What exactly are you doing? Did you trip?
If I tripped, I wouldn't be standing.
Oh, well, I had assumed that you tripped, your hand caught my head, and then you stood up fully again.
No,
I
My
suppose I may have
apologies,
been
you
wrong.
simply seem extremely suspicious.
Naros. All right.
I mean, is there anything I could do to assuage your suspicions?
At this point, like,
Um,
as he starts saying that bit, like, halfway has a bolt pistol out of his coat. Like, the second he keeps trying to talk, he shoves the gun back into his coat.
I mean, I suppose if you came with us, that would make you a lot less suspicious.
Understood. I will accompany you then.
I believe he was
probably
afraid
could
of
have
getting
asked.
airlocked.
Oh! Oh no, that would be a horrific thing to do to someone.
Exactly.
Yes.
Can I get everyone to roll an insight real quick?
Oh my god! This lying bastard.
Ooh, this son of a bitch.
I like that you thought it was the Diplomagos.
I certainly seem to have decent insight.
Okay.
One success.
Yeah. Naros,
But-
maybe it's just that you're kind of paranoid?
I think it
But,
used my
like-
rating instead of my total.
Oh. Odd.
Alright,
I think
I'll
it
get...
also did the same for me.
I mean, do you guys have insight totals above 1?
Yeah,
Yes.
my total's 3.
Oh.
Same.
My total is
That didn't-
4 because I put 1 level in insight.
Alright, what's my complication?
Oh boy!
I got one success anyways.
Okay. So Naros, with your 3 successes, maybe it's just that you're paranoid, but his tone seems a little bit off.
I would like to state that I still do not trust him.
Oh no, that is
That is
entirely understandable. Like he holds his hands up.
Naros,
Given the circumstances, that's understandable.
it just gives like a slight tap onto Nara. Naros.
bend over halfway.
Meanwhile, Jeremy, like you try to figure out what his tone was like, and you just end up thinking back to like every time one of your superiors was stern with you, but wanted to look good in front of the Primarch. So you're not really sure what to make of it.
Naros, do you just want to shoot him?
I mean, I don't want to in case he's innocent, but I mean, I won't exactly stop you.
How about you, Sarge?
Well, never been too fond of cog boys to begin with. But a heretic like this would be a lot more valuable alive, if he is one.
Don't worry, he's a tech priest. They shouldn't kill him. And if it does, then he was a bad tech priest. Bit pulls a bolt pistol out of his jacket and shoots him in the leg.
Okay, roll your ballistic
Oh, a
skill.
called shot. Do we want to count that as a called shot?
It doesn't matter. This is a cinematic scene.
Fair enough.
5 successes.
Okay, so you point the bolt pistol at him and pull the trigger. And I'm going to spend a point of ruin
Oh.
to have the bolt pistol malfunction and
Oh.
just not fire.
Oh, you cunt.
Like it clicks but doesn't fire.
It jams?
Fuck.
Yeah. Also, Jeremy, you've never seen a bolt pistol jam. Like this
Wait.
was definitely not an accidental jam.
Oh.
Oh.
And the time it takes you guys to realize this has happened, Jeremy has already left. Or not Jeremy, sorry. Oliver. Oliver's already left.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh.
Okay, so
Oh, sorry.
what I'm getting here is that the tech priest wants, or not tech priest, the tech god wants him alive and not injured. This is the only obvious answer.
Not at all. Not at all. This is the most heretical thing he could have done.
I'm very
so
confused.
Bit, looking at the gun, what he did was he turned the safety on.
I don't think
A safety prevents the gun from firing.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure it just prevents the trigger from moving.
But how did he do that without touching my gun?
I mean, he has mechadendrites, and there are servo skulls all over the place, all over this ship.
That. Or he's the psyker.
I
Psyker.
thought I was the
Oh
psyker.
god, a psyker tech priest would be fucking terrifying.
I turned the safety back off of my bolt pit. You see, this is the most heretical thing he could have done. Messing with the Omnissiah's design to jam my gun. This is the
Okay, so
like going after him, you've reached the elevator just as it's going down. All the way down to the lower cargo bays.
I fucking knew it, that bitch.
I am taking out the force rod.
So Sarge sighs deeply. Great. So we're gonna have to deal with a potentially psychically active heretic.
Yeah, you may want to radio for backup.
What's this? Deny the witch checks?
And in addition to that, he's got whatever the biocogton was working on with him.
Yes. Again, you might want a radio backup.
I'll try. He goes over to the ship's intercom. trying to contact, like, the head Majos in charge of this whole thing.
Yeah.
He tries to explain to the Majos that one of the tech acolytes has gone heretic. The Majos shouts at him and cuts off the intercom. Why does that happen every time I try to talk to one of these Cogtons?
Here. I got this. He bit tries to relay the information, but does it entirely in binary.
To which the Cogton seems very offended in his response, stating that nobody from the New Forge world of Century 1 could possibly be a heretic.
Sir, he's holding the biologist's experiment in the cargo bay.
Do you have any evidence of this?
Why else would he tamper with the Omnisci's design of a weapon? He doesn't explain how the tampering was done. He just said that he tampered with the Omni. Essentially, Bit is using his sentience to be intentionally vague.
Unfortunately, this Cogton doesn't know about Bit ahead of time.
Hmm.
That seems oddly vague for a skitarii report.
Yes, sorry, sir. I'm unsure how exactly the weapon has been tampered with, but it is undoubtedly tampered.
Understood. Then relinquish the weapon to the Tech Inquisitor, and do not slander my crew any further.
Understood, but I may need to investigate this further, sir. If our suspicions are true and the biologist's experiment are still in that cargo bay, this may be an issue.
Well, then stop wasting my time until you have evidence.
Understood, Magus. All right,
Yeah, I mean, fair.
all right. So we're not getting back up. Does everybody have their weapons ready?
Sarge sighs
Sure,
again.
sure.
You know, I kinda saw that coming.
Yeah, that's a little upsetting. I guess we're just gonna wait for the elevator to come back up.
Like, you push the elevator button.
Yeah,
Like,
Bit just
couple
calls the
minutes.
elevator.
Is Bit actually going to relinquish the tampered bolt gun?
No. What he's going to do is, like, when he finds the tech, he's going to give it to the Tech Inquisitor and, like, cash in a favor with the Tech Inquisitor.
To get the power sword working?
I was going to say to, like, make it look like the bolt, or to have the Tech Inquisitor say the bolt gun was legitimately tampered with.
Oh. Oh, yeah, no, like, you could probably get him to do that.
Yeah. Getting the power sword working was a cool idea, though.
Given that I gave you a non-functional
now
power
bring it
sword.
up.
Yeah, I mean, you'll only have one favor, so you have to decide how to
Yeah.
spend it. But,
Anyways.
yeah. The elevator comes up. You all pile in. The elevators in the ship are actually very large. It's rather comfortable.
Boom. Do do do.
If this weren't a Mechanicus vessel, there'd probably be little couches on these. Unfortunately, it is Mechanicus, so it's very utilitarian.
Hmm.
You push the... well, let's see, decks counting from the bottom up to the top. This would be the third deck that you're headed to, from the fifth. You press the button, and that's where we're cliffhangering this session.
All right. Well then, next week, episode 2.
Yes.
Of
In
whatever
which they
we
deal with
decide
the,
to name this.
Yeah.
The villain that was foreshadowed in this first session, but they didn't quite get it yet.
All right. See you next week.